In this video, we take a trip to the shop. Since moving the track car over there, we still have many parts of my personal garage that need to come over. So this is the case with the engine block, so we can assemble it and start getting things put together on the car. You also see some of the work on the subframe. On one of the last videos that we uploaded, you saw that we worked on the front subframe. We jacked up the car, and the plan was to get the front subframe down. So it was a little bit rusty, or not a little bit, but a lot rusty due to the life in Minnesota that it had. It was easier to just get one that was rust-free. Swap all the parts I needed from Figs Engineering, all of the solid bushings that I got for the car from Figs, and then just kind of set it up and just swap the two units out. So in this video, I'm actually working on putting the new subframe, front subframe up in the car. And, you know, I don't have a 2-post lift yet. So the goal is to eventually get 1 or 2. But, you know, all those things cost money. For being a small shop like we are, we do what we can. So for the time being, I'm using a floor jack. And it got a little bit tricky, but I was able to get the thing done that I needed. So here you'll see some of the work that I did in getting that front subframe up. Once I got it up, I was able to at least remove just one bolt out of the front knuckle, because I needed to then swap out the lower ball joints from the OEM ones to the ones I got from Figs Engineering. So that's still something to do. I did this the day prior to bringing the engine block to the shop. So this was Friday night, and on Saturday afternoon I brought the engine block to the shop. So here's me just kind of working through that and just putting that new front subframe back in the car. So once finally installed and bolting everything up, I tried to remove at least the bolts off of the lower ball joint, and I couldn't. As you saw in the video, I took one bolt off, but the other ones are so seized and full of rust around it that I wasn't able to get that off. So I need to clean the knuckles first, use probably some heat to remove it, and then go from there. So here you can kind of see I took one out right there, but the other one is still there. I need to put a little more effort in it, and I kind of ran out of time. I needed to just take everything I needed to bring to the house so I can get the engine block over to the shop. So I had given myself a little bit of time to get this off, and I was only able to accomplish this. So from here you can see the parts that will be going in the car. That's the SuperPro sway bar that I got from Figs Engineering. These are lateral and additional front arms for the car. That orange one right there is the replacement lower ball joints that I'm going to be using from Figs Engineering, which give me a little more of a tighter steering. So here's just kind of a zoom out and a picture of all the parts that will be used for it. So here you'll see kind of another video showing under the car, some of the areas that were replaced. You can see that I have some spider web on some of these parts just because they've been sitting for so long, as you see right there. But yeah, those are the solid bushings that I got from Figs Engineering right there. And on the other side, it's also the same thing, solid bushings from Figs Engineering. Just a shot of the under of the car. It looks pretty decent here, so we'll probably treat it before buttoning everything down as we prepare to drop the engine and transmission in. And I added additional pictures here for you to see the Figs Engineering parts, as well as the area where the bolt that allows you to install the front subframe came off when I took the old one out. So I replaced it with a new OEM one, and then some of the additional replacement parts with SuperPro bushings on it. So then after this, we didn't do anything. I prepared for the following day, which is when I was bringing the engine block over. So here you see, just getting it off the engine stand, prepping it, and dropping it in the back of the Suburban. So since the entire family was coming with me to the shop, as we were running a lot of different errands that day. So once I got everything I needed, prepped it, and was able to get the spacing to allow the kids and the family to join me in driving to the shop to bring the engine block, we headed out. So here you see kind of like the fitment and the final stages of me getting it in there, putting a lot of padding and plastic under it so I wouldn't necessarily spill any oil. And this is the final product, with me dropping everything, some boxes in there to prevent damage of the engine block, and then a couple pillows from an old couch we were getting ready to throw away. So in this picture or image, you see some of those pillows and items on the floor. So those are the things that help me kind of give some of the padding to prevent the glass from being shattered if the engine or anything shifted. And these are just images that my video crew and helping hand crew made. So I told them I would add it to the video. They're trying to work with Dad, so they want to be involved. So I'm all open to that. So yeah, so once we finish this, we drop the engine block in the shop, and that's pretty much all we did. Junior and I will be working on setting everything up as we prepare both Lexus GSs for the local Minnesota show called Modest. So yeah, look forward to that. We'll provide more updates as well as some marketing on our end to make sure that folks know that we're going to be part of that show. We're going to be one of the sponsoring vendors of that event, so we're excited. One of our bigger shows for the year. And then after that, we'll continue to go to additional things. So modest, just the beginning of our plan for the year. So yeah, enjoy. Thank you.